stock of the day is Aussie Broadband because we have been getting a bit of news flow from companies this week, some coming from the Macquarie conference, some these quarterly trading updates. And shares in ABB are taking a bit of a dip today. That's despite the company reporting it's added close to 19,000 broadband services in the quarter. The quarter also saw Aussie Broadband successfully complete the acquisition of Symbio. It's also reaffirmed its upgraded FY24 earnings guidance for between $105 and $110 million. So shares are sitting at $3.90, down by close to 0.9%. So let me go to my guests here, Joshua and Chris on ABB. Josh, I'll go to you first. You thought this might tie in nicely with Telstra.
Yeah.
But let's start with ABB because this has, been a well-performing company. Bit of a, a couple of months ago, last month, a bit of a contract loss with Origin and also, Superloop, all of that going on. But I mean, fundamentally, this company seems to be doing quite well. Yeah,
long term we like it. It's obviously had a great track record of delivering shareholder wealth, being a dollar IPO. Not that long ago, realistically, and it's had a little bit of turbulence, but it's really holding up well on its own now. They're growing revenues really strongly. I think 17% was the last print. Adding to that NBN market share as well. So they had about 8.5% of the NBN currently, but I think that's got a lot of upside. I think here in Australia, we like to only have a few players in each sector with the supermarkets and airlines, and telcos are actually an example of that, and broadband services. So they've got a lot of room to grow. They're growing faster than their competitors and picking up market share too. Interestingly enough, with today, we've had a lot of turbulence with that Superloop takeover, but basically they accumulated shares, put in a takeover offer at a higher price, and then were forced to sell at that higher price, and I guess accidentally made $13 million profit on that trade. So whilst it's a bit of frustrating that they weren't able to acquire that asset, a bit of a silver lining there for an investment into the shares anyway. So yeah, like I said, they're in an upgrade guidance. They've reaffirmed that. We like companies in an upgraded guidance. We've been accumulating it over the last week or so, and would be happy to continue to accumulate it.
Interesting. All right. So accumulation mode there for ABB. Are you as positive?
I am. It's in the naughty corner for the way they butchered that attempted takeover of Superloop, but you've got to give them a little bit of a pass mark. They've got a great track record. Two pieces I like about this business. The backdrop, first of all, they're gaining market share, which is important to note. They're probably a bit of a beneficiary from Optus and their trials and tribulations in the last few years, and the excessive pricing, you could argue, with Telstra as well. But maintaining an upgraded guidance is what we want to see, and customer satisfaction, they continue to win those awards, so retention will be high as well.
Yeah, so is that a buy today?
Happy to buy today. I think it's probably a $5 price target if you're willing to wait for 18 months, and that's not a bad return from where we are today.
Yeah, right. Okay, so that is a double buy to start this Wednesday edition of the program. I like it so far, and the brokers like this one too. Ords has upgraded it to a buy. That was back in March, and did Morgan Stanley upgrade ABB to overweight from underweight back in March. So I'm sure some of the analysts will be weighing in after the trading update today.